Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Sabansi. I want to welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamers Pro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we got a pretty interesting show. But before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Also, if you want today's full show before it comes out on YouTube, it is streaming for free on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. We have that pinned in the comment section below. So for those of you who listen to podcasts, it's there for free right now. Anyway. Let me get into this topic here. This is going to be a very fun topic, right? Because we've gotten a lot of LeBron James fans to be coming at us right now, and they're pretty upset with some of the content that we have been producing. It's really upset a lot of people, and I'm going to address them shortly. But this morning, I woke up and I saw a segment from Shannon Sharpe's Nightcap. And in this segment, him and Chad Johnson were talking about, his comments on LeBron James on ESPN that stirred all of this controversy that went viral, and everybody and their grandmama was talking about. But when we talk about it, all of a sudden, why are we talking about it? But anyway, he was talking about that. And as he was talking, he had like a 25-minute segment on his show. He got to a point where he was talking about the pushback that he received, and he said something interesting that I was unaware of. Well, we were aware of, but it's interesting to hear him say it. He said that what he believes is happening is that the ESPN First Takes whatever audience is quite different than the Undisputed audience, because he is noticing that these people are unaware that from time to time he takes strong positions on LeBron James. So what we want to do is I actually want to play what Shannon had to say here so he can explain his reasoning as somebody that's on television. And then we're going to come back and really get into this show here. Take a listen to what Shannon Sharpe had to say about this particular point. Take a listen to that.
I think the thing is, Ocho, I think what caught people so far off guard is that this is a totally different audience, ESPN, than when I was at Undisputed.
Right.
And if you watch me on Undisputed, you know that I've criticized some of the things LeBron has done, be it a play, some of the things that he's said. I think that people had this perception that all I do is cape for LeBron.
Right.
And that's not true. I don't believe any player, I don't believe any person is beyond reproach. I don't believe any player or any person is beyond criticism.
Right.
Because you have, being who you are, criticism comes along with it.
Right.
If you don't want the criticism, you should not take the praise.
Yeah.
LeBron is great. He's still, in my estimation, the GOAT. But I believe it took that Miami stint to put him on the path. Now, going back to Cleveland, going to 4 more, winning an MVP, going to the Lakers, winning another Finals MVP.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been dominant. He's been great. So they made it seem like I say LeBron was a bum. Man, if he ain't go to and it doesn't have to be mutually exclusive, Ocho. Right. Miami benefited. LeBron benefited. A lot of times we just want to say, nah, you benefited. But I like to think in a relationship, no matter if it ended or not, we both got something out of it.
Right. I like that.
That's just me. Now, sometimes we're like, I ain't getting nothing out of that. I ain't getting nothing.
Right.
Okay. I took something. Maybe if it wasn't up but a damn good meal, I got something out of it.
Right.
But
that's a good one, man. That's a good one. But I'm telling you, I wholeheartedly believe he could have gone anywhere. He came to the Heat. What, 2012?
2011. 2010, because they ended up losing. Because think about it, Ocho. Think about it now. For me, had he won 2011 against the Mavericks, I don't even think it's a debate. Right. I don't think it's a debate. A lot of people can't put LeBron in front of Jordan for the simple fact of 2011. They said, I just can't do it because I saw guys that Jordan would have scored 60 on. They're not putting J.J. Barea on Michael Jordan. They're not putting Deshaun Stevenson on Michael Jordan. And so a lot of people can't get over that hurdle there.
Right.
But I believe it took all of that to get him to what we see now. The finished product that we see now happened because of 2011.
Yeah, but the finished product would have been the same regardless of where he was at because of who he is. Because of who he is, the finished product. You can't tell me, well, if he didn't come to the Miami Heat, the finished product of what we're witnessing now wouldn't be who he is. It was still
but you're saying individually. See, I'm not talking about individually.
And I'm
yes,
talking about
I still believe he
as well. I'm talking from a team aspect and having MVPs and championships. If he went somewhere else,
but here's the thing.
Done it.
But think about it, Ocho. He's averaged probably. Look at that. He averaged 30, 29 last year.
Right.
28, 29 last year, 30 the year before. They ain't win no titles.
I have a question.
Yes.
This is something I don't have in front of me. He went to the Heat in 2011, right?
Yes. Uh-huh.
I wish I had the rosters of the other teams to choose from that he could have gone to, and I guarantee you could put at least 5 or 6 other teams he could have gone to, and they would have been in the finals with an opportunity to win a championship. And he had an opportunity to get those MVP finals. I guarantee you. I don't have the information in front of me right now.
Off the top of my head, I think I can remember. I know Miami was one. He ended up going to Miami. I think the Knicks, but talking to Rich Paul, Knicks were never really in play. And I think Chicago.
Oh, yes. Yes. And I'm not sure the rosters, but yes.
Well, you had at the time D Rose, you had Joakim Noah, you had Taj Gibson. Yeah. Yeah. Because that year he won the MVP over LeBron.
Come on, man. So you mean to tell me
Jimmy Butler?
Oh, championship, MVP, and a ring with the Bulls that year. Yes. Come on, man.
But
there's no but about it. That's an MVP, championship. Trust me. And it's not even a hypothetical. I put my life savings on that. If it was to happen, I wish we could rewind time.
We can't though.
So you heard what Shannon's positions were. Now, before I even get into his comments, I want to address something very quickly. In the past, I have said on numerous occasions, and it is true, that LeBron topics, although LeBron is the face of the NBA, LeBron topics for our channel generally don't perform as well as other videos. Now, I'm not saying this as somebody that's a gatekeeper, right? I'm saying this as people are interesting. People are interesting. YouTube videos that people produce are actually public. You can go on a person's channel and look at the videos they produce. You can just hit videos and scroll through the library. I don't know what's so secretive about this. As people that produce the content on this channel, we have 2,600 videos. I think I know what the hell I'm talking about when I say this. LeBron videos don't do well. I've realized it's not our audience. There's certain people that talk about certain things and it works well on their channel. There's some people that for them to get views, all they got to do is talk about Deion Sanders. And if they're not talking about Deion Sanders, they can never get views, right? It works differently for different channels. We've realized that other things work. Maybe if I talk about LeBron and Jordan, then yeah, there's some interest there. But there's also something true as well. From time to time, and people that produce content know this. I don't know why some people all of a sudden are confused. There will be big stories in media. And whenever there's a big story, sometimes you can get lucky. And you can talk about something and it will gain some traction. That's how it works. That's how YouTube works. I've been on YouTube for 4 years, so I know exactly how it works. This is not something that I read somewhere. It's not something that somebody told me. This is how it works. But I've noticed that some LeBron supporters are now getting into the next level stuff, which is now they're getting into the pocket watching stuff, which is, you said LeBron videos don't get you any views, so why are you talking about them? Here's what lies at the heart of that question. They are essentially saying, if you're not going to support LeBron the way we do, and you're going to talk about him negatively or in a way that we disagree with, then you have no right to make money off of him. Only people that say positive things about LeBron can benefit off of his name. And if you're not going to say anything positive about him, you cannot benefit off of him. Interesting. Let me ask you guys a question. By that logic, how much money do you think Shannon Sharpe owes Michael Jordan for all of his slander on Jordan on Undisputed in all these years? How much money do you think Nick Wright will owe to Michael Jordan? Matter of fact, we're only talking about Nick Wright today because his claim to fame was when he came on television back in 2015 or 2016, whatever the hell it was, on Undisputed with Chris Carter. And he said LeBron James passed Michael Jordan when he won his third title. That was Nick Wright's claim to fame. He was slandering Jordan. So these guys have made millions off of Jordan. Where are their checks? When are they going to be returning this money to Jordan? What I've noticed is that these people are idiots. I'm sorry to say it. There's no other way for me to slice it. When these guys are making money off of Jordan, slandering Kobe, and all of these different things, when Nick Wright put out that stupid list where he had Jordan ranked as the third greatest player of all time, he got a lot of traction. He got a lot of attention. It made him a lot of money. I didn't see you dudes. I saw you dudes nowhere. Nowhere. Talking about, damn, Nick, why don't you give Jordan back his money for all of the negative stuff? They don't do it. They don't do it. Last year, when we were talking about Kyrie Irving and he was a huge story, why didn't I see you LeBron fans coming to the channel talking about views and money? I'm asking, why didn't y'all come to the channel talking about views and money? Where were you? Oh, that's right. It had nothing to do with LeBron. So it's all fun. It's all fun and games. You're talking about Kyrie. It ain't got nothing to do with LeBron. As a matter of fact, you're talking about Kyrie. Talk about him. But now I'm talking about LeBron and people are interested in the videos are doing well. Now, all of a sudden, you start asking me these silly ass questions about whether or not. Let me ask you a question. LeBron fans, would you even care if these videos weren't getting any views? Of course you wouldn't. If we were producing these shows and they were getting 2,000 views a pop, you wouldn't care. So you guys are pocket watching. Why y'all pocket? Why you like, what's going on? What's going on, baby? What's going on? What's going on? That's the first part. Let me get to what Shannon said. Chad Ochocinco said he could have gone to Chicago and won in Chicago with D Rose. This is the problem. How could he have won with D Rose when they played the same position? It would have been like going to Chicago to play with Russell Westbrook, prime Russell Westbrook. They play the same position. D Rose and LeBron had very similar games. They were both slashers, not very good outside shooters. As a matter of fact, outside of, I believe, 10 feet, LeBron shoots 35% for his career. That's his average outside of what, 10 feet. 35% for his career. So they were going to work these. So I'm not even going to get into that. The other thing that I want to address, if championships come so easy, why doesn't LeBron have 7? If he was going to go anywhere else and win, why doesn't he have 7? Help me figure it out. Y'all are saying that. Matter of fact, LeBron is saying he would have been dominant from start to finish. So if you would have been dominant from start to finish and you didn't need to go to Miami, why don't you have 7 rings? If championships were a guarantee. Hello? Is this on, to quote Rob Parker? Why don't you have 7 MVPs? Why don't you have 7 championships? This is what I'm trying to figure out. Honestly speaking, this is what I'm trying to figure out. Why don't you have all these championships if they're so easy to win? If there was a guarantee, so where are all the championships? None of this makes any sense. None of this makes any good sense. But nevertheless, they say it. Here are the facts. I'm going to say what I believe in the way I see it. Whether or not some of these guys are coming to ask me, why are you getting these views? Why are you getting that views? Why are you getting these views? Is irrelevant. I'm going to talk about what I want to talk about. If you truly believe that LeBron made this channel, which he didn't, but if you believe that, why isn't LeBron making your channels? If LeBron is the cheat code for views, why can't you dudes get no views? Talking about LeBron. Why don't you guys conduct an experiment and produce 100 LeBron videos in a month? Let's see how many views you get. I'm trying to figure this out. Y'all are talking about when the views got low and then the views got low. You want to talk about LeBron James. Bro, we were talking about other topics. James Harden topics were doing good as well. We did a Michael Jordan topic. They were doing good as well. So the question is simply this. If it comes down to LeBron getting views, why haven't I seen you dudes getting views with LeBron? We got some videos talking about LeBron that got more likes than some of you guys have views on your videos. I'm trying to figure it out. If LeBron is a Chico, why aren't you guys winning? Why aren't you guys win? You see, it can't be that people work hard. It can't. That cannot be it. It can't be that people actually put effort into what they do. It can't be that people are actually consistent. No, it can't be that. It can't be that people paid their dues over years. It can't be that people read books on copy and studied so many YouTube. It can't be that. That cannot be it. It always got to be some trick. When you see people say it's a trick that they put, it's a trick. So if it's a trick, why aren't you succeeding with this trick? Why don't you talk about LeBron every single day and get these views? I'm trying to figure this out. We've been blessed to get close to 75 million views on this channel. I've asked LeBron fans to conduct this. They can never do it because liars have no proof. Y'all got no receipts. If LeBron built this channel, good, no problem. Bring up, you allocate in the comment section and we'll produce a show. Matter of fact, email it to us. I promise you we'll do a show about it. Email us an aggregate of 35 million views that involve LeBron James. 35 million. Let me give you guys that. Since he made the channel, give me 35 million. Send a list of the videos and write the views next to them that correspond. Give me 35 million views. You heard me. 35 million views of LeBron videos. Then I'll come and do a show and say, man, LeBron, half of the success of my channel, I owe it to you. You can't even do that. You can't even bring up, I think you'll be hard pressed to bring up 5 million views. The fact of the matter is this, man. Listen, a lot of you guys believe that the only way to succeed on YouTube is to talk about LeBron. YouTube is not television. It's not it don't work like that. It don't work like that at all. It's one thing to disagree with somebody. It's another thing to try to knock their hustle. Like, nah, you're not really hustling. When you clearly can't even do the thing you're criticizing a person on. How you gonna criticize me about, oh, you got LeBron views when you can't? You're accusing me of something that you can't even prove yourself with yourself. But it's all good though. It's all good. I see what it is. It is what it is. I think Shannon Sharpe is discovering that LeBron James, ESPN is a LeBron network. And he said something that he wasn't supposed to say. It just really makes me wonder a lot of the stuff that these guys say. I wonder if they really believe it. And finally, with Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith put out a pretty good show. I think Stephen A. Smith is trying to break away from ESPN. I think he's trying to break away from ESPN. And I think Stephen A. Smith is finally reaching the conclusion where he realizes, I don't have to say what these guys want me to say. Did you hear what he said on his show yesterday? Did you hear the points that he brought up? He could never say that on ESPN. He could never do it. And that should tell you something, that you can't really express what you feel about on a topic. That's why independent media is winning. That's why independent media is winning. The Joe Rogans and all of these guys are kicking these people's asses up and down the road. Up and down the road. Say what you believe. Don't make these people feel like as if you got to say something you don't believe. But anyway, LeBron fans, I'll catch y'all. Y'all please. Matter of fact, the email. You know the email. Go to the About section on the channel. In the more info section. Send these. I'm waiting for 35 million views. I'll make it easy on you. Send me videos that got 20 million views. Matter of fact, I know that's going to be hard. Let me do 15 million views. If you can produce an aggregate of 15 million views worth of LeBron videos, then I'll come on this channel and produce a video. If you can't even produce up to 5, shut the hell up.